Hello, good morning, students. Today we are going to see the topic Senses of Engineering Ethics from the unit Engineering Ethics. Let us understand the value of engineering ethics through an interesting story, the story of a carpenter. Once the elderly carpenter decided to retire from the house building business. He was eager to enjoy a leisurely life with his family after his retirement. But his employer was saying sorry to see him go, and he asked for one final favor before the retirement. So he wanted the carpenter to build just one more house for him. So finally, the carpenter agreed, but with his uh, half-heartedly, with his heart no longer in his work, he was not much focused with his professional approach. So finally, he compromised on quality, using inferior materials and shoddy workmanships. So he was not involved in his work when he is completing the construction of the house throughout the construction. At the climax, there was a twist by the contractor. He just came and revealed the house and said to the carpenter, the house was the retirement gift. So that moment, the carpenter felt ashamed and he realized the whole house he had built his own home with subpar standards. So, what is the lesson and takeaway from this story of the carpenter? What lesson it is taught to us? So, the importance of dedication and quality, regardless of any situations or circumstances, we should not give up the morals and ethics, because this morals and ethics creates values in us and in our living style. So here, if only the carpenter had known he was building his own house, he wouldn't have done it, the mistake. He wouldn't do that kind of ignorance. So that's a story. It gives the lesson how to keep up the morals and ethics. Now, let us see the importance and why we are learning engineering ethics and why the students are instructed to learn engineering ethics. There are three main objectives when it comes to professional ethics and human values. One is to understand the moral values which are ought to guide the engineering profession, and other one is to resolve the moral issues in the professional working environment, and also to justify the moral judgment concerning with any kind of profession. So here it is intended to develop a set of beliefs, attitudes and habits that engineers should display the concerning morality. So when we use the word moral and ethics, what makes the similarity and what makes the difference? So here morals are basis or the basis of ethics for the ethics, and morals refer mainly to guiding principles and ethics refer to specific rules and actions or behaviors. So ethics are distinct from morals in that they are much more practical. For example, moral is a belief of a religion or a traditional practice. Whether it is right or wrong, it has been adopted. But ethics means how keeping the morals as valuable components, how we are reacting in a practical life. That makes the sense of ethics. So a moral is just a perception is an idea or opinion that's driven by a desire of an individual to be good or bad. An ethical code is a set of rules that defines what are all allowable actions or correct behavior from the learned morals. So here we go, the combination and the contradiction of moral and ethics. Ethics are always external values or rules, may vary between environment, people to people, person to person, situation to situation. But morals are always personal principles, rarely it changes. So in both aspects, we have to see which are right and which are wrong in conduct. So there are certain skills which are connected to morality. So we assumed it is moral cognitive skills. There are around 10 skills are identified as moral value skills. Well, the first one is moral awareness, which means the proficiency in recognizing a particular problem in engineering is awareness of moral. Then reasoning, which is the comprehension and assessment of uh, and different views of a particular problem. It's as actually a reasoning. And the coherence of moral is just forming a consistent viewpoints from the based on the past facts or the collected facts. And the moral imagination, it's about the alternative responses to the issues and the various receptive uh, reactions for the creative solutions. And moral communication is just an expression and how we are going to support one's views and to the others. Also, the other more moral cognitive skills are moral reasonableness. It's just a willingness and ableness, ability to take the responsibility, and moral concern, which is a respect for people to people, how we are giving the respect for the persons, showing the concern. And moral tolerance is actually a acceptable and reasonable differences by through giving through the respects. And moral hope, we are believing in rational dialogue or for resolving moral conflicts. And moral integrity, which is integrating one's professional's life with the personal convictions. Thank you. Let us see in the next class.